Hi, I'm Savannah Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about combining like terms and the distributive property. So the whole idea with combining like terms is if you have two different terms and they have the same variable, you can combine them, and it's just a way of simplifying, making things easier.
Okay.
So for example, let's say we have 3x plus 2 plus 2x minus 5. If you look at this, we have 3x and 2x. They both have the same variable, right?
Yeah.
X. So what we want to do is simplify and combine these into one term that has x instead. So our first step, all we're going to do is we just remove the parentheses, right? Same equation, we just take away the parentheses. And then for our second step, all we're going to do is put the two terms with x next to each other and then the two terms without x next to each other. It's just making everything more organized so you don't get confused. So can you see, what do you think we did to get to the third step?
Well, you have 3x and 2x, so you can combine them, right?
Yeah, you just add them.
Yeah.
Since they have the same variable, so you get 5x. And then to get to our fourth step, we're going to combine our two terms that don't have a variable.
Right.
So we're just going to add 2 and negative 5, and then as a result we get 5x minus 3.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so let's do another example. So, say we have x squared plus 5 plus 3x squared plus 2x. So this one's a little more complicated because we have x squared in the equation, right? So, looking at this equation, what do you think we would be able to combine?
Well, you have x squared and 3x squared, so you combine those, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for our second step right here, all we did was put this x squared and the 3x squared next to each other to make these a little less complicated. And then for our final step, we did what we did before and just added the two. So we had x squared plus 3x squared equals 4x squared. And 5 and 2x, why can't we combine those?
Well, then they don't have the same, they're not the same thing.
Yeah, 5 doesn't have the x,
Yeah.
2 does have the x, so we can't combine those. So that's going to be our final answer.
Okay, you got it.
Alright, now we're going to talk about the distributive property. So this is just, the distributive property works when you have a number multiplied by something in parentheses. So, for example, we want to simplify this. We have 4 times parentheses 2 plus 3x.
Okay.
And we want to get rid of the parentheses. So if you look down here, the thing about the distributive property is you have to multiply the outside term by each term in the parentheses.
Okay.
So what would you get when you, what would you multiply 4 by first?
Well, you have to multiply by the 2 first, right?
Yeah, you have 4 times 2, and then what else?
And then you have to multiply it by 3x also.
Yeah, 4 times 3x. So you have 4 times 2 plus 4 times 3x. And what is that going to get you?
Well, the first part you get 8.
8.
And then when you multiply 4 times 3x, you're going to get 12x, right?
Yeah, so our final answer is going to be 8 plus 12x.
Okay.